and welcome to this Drive Architect tutorial in which we're going to see how we can use the call to action element. So this element will basically be one in which you are presenting your product or your service on your website, and you can send the customers to a specific page. For example, that can be a purchase link or whatever you prefer. So of course, to get started, we're going to have to add the element to our page, and for that we're going to go to the right sidebar, click on the plus sign to open the list of elements and look for the call to action element. Once you find it, simply grab it and drag and drop it where you want it placed on your editor, like so. So as you do that, once you drop it on the editor, a pop-up window will open with the list of all the available call to action templates that you can use. So to choose one, all you have to do is click on the template you like best. So as you can see, it has been added to our page, and on the left sidebar, we're going to see a list of all the options that we can use to customize this element. Now in this tutorial, we're going to go through the main options of the element, but for all of the rest of the sections with options, you will be able to find separate tutorials on our knowledge base. So please go ahead and check those out if you need help. The first thing you can do is basically change the template, and we recommend that in case you want to do that, you do it before customizing the element or adding more elements to it, as it will reset the element. So if you want to change the template, you can simply click here and then choose another template from our list. Then in the main options section, the first option is going to be the colors option. And if you want to change the color of the element, which is going to be inherited either from the landing page color scheme or from your theme color scheme, it depends on the way you've constructed your website. But if you want to change it, you can click on the color box and then simply use the color picker to modify the color. Or you can even choose from your theme colors here. You can also change the opacity using this second slider here. So choose a color and then click on apply. Then you're going to have the maximum width option, which naturally is going to let you modify the width of this element. So if you want to modify it, you can either drag this slider from side to side, or you can enter an exact value in this field. And the third option will be the minimum height of the element, which again can be modified by dragging the slider or by entering a numerical value in the field next to the slider. Then you have the option to add link to content box, which if you activate will open another set of options that you can use, of course, just like in the case of any other element that you can link to a certain URL. So we will have the options to add a static link, to add a jump link, or to add a dynamic link. So in the case of a static link, you're going to have the target URL here, in which you can simply paste in the link that you want the users that click on this call to action button to be directed to. And then you can of course choose if you want it to open in a new tab or to be a no-follow link. Clicking on this gear icon will open a pop-up from where you can select the content to be included in your search results. So for example, if we check the Drive Apprentice course section here, this means that if we start typing the name of one of our Drive Apprentice courses, the engine will search through them as well, and then you can find the course. So this means that if you do not have the URL of the course, for example, you can simply start typing its name in this field. If you select jump link here, then you will have to select a target and whether you want to apply a smooth animation or not whenever someone clicks on this content box with a call to action. And lastly, you can also add a dynamic link, which will let you choose a dynamic source for the page that will open. And if you need more details about these options, please check out the tutorial I am going to link above, as we do have all of the options detailed in another article. So if what you want to happen is that when someone clicks on any part of this content box with the call to action element to be redirected to a certain URL or to a certain part of this page, then use this option. If you do not want it activated, simply click on this switch. And then lastly, you will have the vertical position option, which will let you choose the vertical position of the content inside the call to action element. Moreover, you will be able to add more elements to your call to action. So all you have to do is click on the plus sign to open the list of elements and then drag and drop them inside the call to action element. Whichever element you decide to add, you can customize it as well. So these were the main options of the call to action element. Now, of course, as I said, you can really customize it using the other options as well. And one more thing that you can do is customize the hover state of the element. So what the element will look like when someone hovers their mouse over it. So as a quick way to show you how you can do that, for example, you can modify whatever you want here, and then when you're done, go back to the normal state, and as you can see, if I hover my mouse over it, the element will change according to the options that I've used while editing the hover state from here. Now, I really hope this tutorial was useful to you, and as always, don't forget to check out the rest of our articles and videos from our knowledge base.